No one attended the auction. I bought a galactic ship and discovered something incredible. The spaceport was quiet. Too quiet. Normally, the auction halls on Station Viridia buzzed with traders, collectors, and curious travelers. Rare ships were bought and sold here every week, some fetching fortunes, others barely a fraction of their true value. But today the place seemed abandoned. Kieran, a young human adventurer with a taste for exploration, wandered through the halls. He had always been fascinated by old ships, machines that once carried explorers across the stars, now forgotten, collecting dust. Most people avoided these auctions. They said the ships were too old, too unpredictable, or worse, dangerous. Kieran didn't care. "This is perfect," he muttered under his breath. His eyes scanned the dimly lit auction hall, lined with massive vessels. Some were sleek, designed for speed. Others were bulky, built to carry cargo across hostile systems. But one ship at the far end caught his attention. It was enormous. Its hull had scratches and dents, but Kieran could see something about it that others had missed. There was a strange elegance in its design, a sense that it had once belonged to someone important. The name on its side, faintly glowing, read, "Elysium Star." Kieran walked closer. He could feel the hum of dormant power beneath the hull, a quiet energy that made the hairs on his arms stand up. He knew deep down, this ship was special. The auctioneer, a small alien with green skin and 3 eyes, tapped his claw on the podium. "Next lot," he said, his voice echoing across the empty hall. "Elysium Star, abandoned for decades. Starting bid, 10,000 credits." Kieran raised an eyebrow. 10,000? For a ship this size and age, that was practically nothing. Normally, a vessel like this would go for 1,000,000 credits or more. He glanced around. Not a single other bidder. Not one. The hall was completely silent, except for the soft hum of the ship's systems. "Well," Kieran said to himself, a grin spreading across his face, "it looks like it's mine." The auctioneer continued the countdown. Going once, going twice, sold. Kieran's heart leaped. He had bought the Elysium Star for a price he could barely believe. The hall felt almost magical in that moment, like the ship itself had been waiting for him. The first time Kieran stepped aboard, he felt a strange mixture of excitement and unease. The interior was massive, far larger than he had expected. Dust covered the floors and walls, but the main corridors were intact. Panels flickered faintly, and the soft glow of dormant lights gave the ship an eerie but inviting atmosphere. He ran his hand along the railing, feeling the cold metal beneath his fingers. "Wow," he whispered. "This is incredible." Everywhere he looked, there were signs of the ship's past. Holographic control panels, ancient navigation charts, and storage bays that could hold supplies for months. Some of the technology looked alien, unlike anything Kieran had seen before. He didn't know how it worked, but he could tell it was advanced, far beyond human standards. Kieran explored room after room, discovering more of the ship's secrets. In one chamber he found a row of sleeping pods, perfectly preserved. He tapped a button, and a holographic screen flickered to life above them. Strange symbols and alien words scrolled across the display. Kieran couldn't read them, but he felt a sense of wonder. This ship, it's more than just a vessel, he thought. It's a story, a history waiting to be discovered. Days passed, and Kieran spent every moment aboard the Elysium Star, learning its layout and testing its systems. The ship seemed to respond to his presence, almost as if it recognized him. Lights would turn on when he entered a room. Panels would activate with a soft touch, and the engines hummed faintly, as though eager to move. One evening, Kieran was in the control room, staring at the main navigation console. The ship's AI, or whatever remained of it, was dormant, but he could sense it watching. He pressed a button he hadn't dared touch before, and a soft voice filled the room. "Hello, Kieran," it said. The voice was calm, almost musical, with a tone that felt intelligent and aware. Kieran jumped back, startled. You can talk?" "Yes," the voice replied. "I am Elysium Star. I have waited a long time for someone like you." Kieran blinked. Waited for me? Humans have always been curious. Brave, determined, the ship said. You possess these qualities. Others, they left. You stayed. You cared. You are worthy of my secrets. Kieran couldn't believe it. A ship talking to him, recognizing him as someone special. He laughed nervously. "Well, I guess I didn't just buy a ship. I bought a friend." The AI chuckled softly. "Perhaps. But more than that, I can take you places you've only dreamed of. I can show you the universe in ways humans have never imagined." Over the next few days, Kieran began learning from the ship. The AI showed him how to activate dormant engines, access hidden compartments, and interface with alien technology. Each discovery left him more amazed. He realized that the Elysium Star wasn't just an abandoned ship. It was a treasure trove of knowledge, waiting for someone to unlock it. One evening, Kieran found a hidden chamber deep within the ship. The entrance was disguised behind a panel in the cargo bay. When he opened it, he discovered walls lined with holographic star maps, alien symbols, and strange devices he didn't understand. The AI's voice echoed softly. "This chamber contains information about stars and worlds that no human has ever visited. It is dangerous, yes, but also wondrous. Few beings are allowed to see it. You, Kieran, are one of them." Kieran stepped inside, awestruck. I can't believe this. All of this belongs to me?" "You belong to it, and it belongs to you," the AI said. "Together, we can explore beyond anything you've imagined." Kieran smiled, feeling a surge of excitement. For years he had dreamed of adventure, of seeing worlds beyond the charts, of discovering the unknown. And now, with the Elysium Star, that dream was within reach. That night, Kieran stood on the observation deck, gazing out at the stars, the auction hall, the quiet spaceport, the mundane life he had left behind. All of it felt distant. In front of him stretched the endless darkness of space, dotted with the sparkling light of a billion stars. He touched the ship's railing. "We're going to see everything," he said softly. "Every star, every world, every secret." The AI responded, calm and warm. "And I will guide you. You will not be alone. Humanity has always reached for the stars. Now, it is your turn." Kieran took a deep breath, feeling a mixture of excitement and purpose. The Elysium Star had been abandoned, forgotten, and overlooked. But now, in human hands, it would shine again. And he would be the one to make it soar. As the observation deck lights reflected off the metal hull, Kieran realized something important. Sometimes the greatest treasures aren't bought with credits. They're discovered by those brave enough to step into the unknown. And Kieran had taken that first step. The Elysium Star hummed softly, a quiet pulse that resonated through its massive hull. Kieran moved through the corridors, his steps echoing on the metal floor. Every room seemed alive in its own way. Lights flickered as if welcoming him. Panels responded to his touch, and the faint sound of the ship's machinery whispered secrets only he could hear. He had spent several days familiarizing himself with the ship. What amazed him most was not its size, nor its hidden compartments, but its intelligence. The AI, which called itself Elysium, seemed patient and curious, as though it had been waiting for someone like Kieran to arrive. "This ship, it's different," Kieran murmured, running his hand along a console on the control room. "It's not just a machine. You're alive, in your own way." Elysium's voice responded softly, almost like a smile. "Machines are often measured by function alone. I have purpose, yes, but I also have memory. I have history. I have waited." Kieran leaned closer to the console, fascinated. History? What do you mean? Long ago I was part of a fleet, Elysium explained. A fleet of explorers who charted the stars, discovered worlds, and recorded knowledge across galaxies. But a great cosmic event scattered the fleet. Many ships were lost. I survived, but I was abandoned, forgotten, until you arrived. Kieran felt a shiver run down his spine. You mean I wasn't supposed to find you? Perhaps, Elysium replied. Or perhaps it was always meant to be this way. Humans, your kind, you have curiosity, bravery, persistence. You are rare in a universe that often forgets the small and unnoticed. That is why you found me. Kieran smiled. He had always known humans could do great things, even alone. But he had never imagined that alone could mean discovering an abandoned galactic ship filled with secrets. Over the next few days, Kieran began experimenting with the ship's systems. He activated the engines carefully, feeling the subtle vibration as dormant power coursed through the hull. He learned how to access navigation modules which contained holographic maps of star systems, some known to humans and some completely unknown. Elysium guided him patiently. These maps are incomplete, the AI said one morning. They show only what my fleet had discovered. Much remains unseen. You can travel further than any human before, but you must respect the unknown. Kieran's eyes shone with excitement. Unknown? That's exactly what I want to see. He had already begun charting small jumps within the star system, testing the ship's controls. Each jump revealed new wonders. A planet with rings that glowed like molten gold, a star cluster that pulsed like a heartbeat, and a comet streaking across the void with brilliant colors. It's beautiful, Kieran whispered, leaning against the observation deck. I never imagined space could be like this. Beauty is found in exploration, Elysium replied. And in curiosity, humans possess both in abundance. That is why you will succeed where others have failed. Kieran chuckled. It's funny. Everyone thought I was wasting my life chasing old ships. But now I feel like I'm meant for this. One evening, while exploring a rarely used section of the ship, Kieran found a chamber hidden behind a massive steel door. Strange symbols covered its surface, glowing faintly as if recognizing his presence. He pressed a button on the door, and it slowly hissed open, revealing a room bathed in soft blue light. Inside were strange devices Kieran could barely comprehend. Panels displayed constellations and star systems that weren't in any human database. A holographic sphere floated above the floor, showing distant galaxies spinning in endless motion. The AI spoke with a note of reverence. This is the Chamber of Records, Elysium said. It contains the knowledge of worlds humans have never seen. Civilizations, ecosystems, star paths, it is forbidden to those unprepared. But you are ready. Kieran stepped inside carefully, awe filling his chest. He reached out to touch the holographic sphere, and images shifted beneath his fingers. Entire star systems unfolded before him, planets rotating in orbit, moons casting shadows, and strange alien cities shimmering on distant worlds. Is this real? He asked, his voice barely audible. Yes, Elysium replied. Every star, every planet, every record of life you see exists. My fleet documented them, but humans never reached this far. Until now. Kieran's mind raced, imagined all the discoveries waiting to be made, the civilizations humans could meet, the knowledge they could gain. A sense of responsibility weighed on him. If humans see this, we have to protect it, learn from it, and explore it responsibly. Elysium hummed softly. That is why I chose you. You have wisdom beyond your years. You will not be reckless. You will not destroy. You will seek, observe, and understand. Over the following week, Kieran began experimenting with the chamber. He discovered that the devices could detect uncharted star systems, even predict their positions centuries into the future. Elysium helped him interface with the alien technology, showing him how to activate the ship's hidden scanners. Together, they discovered a nearby uninhabited system, perfect for testing their navigation skills. The planets glowed faintly through the holographic maps, and Elysium's voice guided him. "Focus, Kieran. This is your first real test. A human alone has never explored beyond mapped space in this manner. Proceed with care." Kieran's heart pounded. "Don't worry. I've got this." The ship's engines roared to life, smooth and controlled. The Elysium star glided through the void, faster than any ship Kieran had ever known. As they approached the uncharted system, the planets revealed themselves in breathtaking detail. A blue-green world covered with oceans, a desert planet with swirling sandstorms, and a gas giant that glowed with radiant hues. Kieran floated above the observation deck, mesmerized. This is what it feels like to be a real explorer. Elysium's voice carried a soft pride. Humans have always dreamed of reaching beyond their limits. You are fulfilling that dream. As the days passed, Kieran became more confident. He began mapping new star systems, recording data, and understanding the alien technology. The AI's lessons were invaluable, but Kieran's human curiosity drove him further than the ship expected. One day, while examining a strange signal from a distant planet, Kieran discovered a hidden feature of the ship he hadn't noticed before. A small compartment opened automatically, revealing a crystal-like device pulsing with energy. Elysium's voice was serious. "That is the core beacon. It is unique, powerful, and dangerous in unskilled hands. It can detect civilizations, life forms, and even unusual energy signatures across light years. Few beings are allowed to control it, but you are ready." Kieran carefully lifted the device, feeling a strange warmth in his hands. He realized that the ship wasn't just a vehicle. It was a guide, a protector, and a teacher, and it trusted him to carry knowledge that could change humanity's understanding of the cosmos. He smiled. "I won't let you down. I promise. I'll use this to learn, explore, and help humans reach further than ever before." Elysium hummed, a sound like a soft melody. "That is enough. You are learning faster than expected. Soon we will explore beyond the limits of known space. Soon the universe itself will open before you." Kieran looked out at the stars again, feeling a mix of excitement and purpose. He thought of all the humans who had doubted him, all the people who thought chasing old ships was foolish. He knew they couldn't understand yet. But one day, they would see. Humans had always been small, fragile, and underestimated. But when curiosity, courage, and intelligence combined, there was no limit to what they could achieve. And Kieran, with the Elysium star, was about to show the universe exactly that. That night, as the ship floated silently through the void, Kieran stood on the observation deck once more. The stars stretched infinitely, glittering like jewels across black velvet. He placed a hand on the railing and whispered, "We're just getting started." Elysium's voice was calm, steady, and filled with quiet pride. "Yes, Kieran, this is only the beginning. The universe awaits, and humanity will rise to meet it." Kieran felt a thrill he had never known before. The path ahead was uncertain, full of unknowns. But with courage, intelligence, and determination, he knew humans could face anything. And with that thought, he made a silent vow. He would explore, learn, and bring humanity to the stars, one discovery at a time. The vastness of space stretched endlessly before Kieran as the Elysium star glided smoothly through the void. Every jump into uncharted systems left him more amazed than the last. Stars glittered like diamonds scattered across black velvet, and entire planets shimmered with colors he could never have imagined. Yet even with all this beauty, Kieran felt a deep sense of purpose. He had been chosen, not just to explore, but to discover something that would make humanity see the universe in a new light. and he sensed that his moment was near. It began with a faint signal. Kieran was monitoring distant star systems when a strange energy signature appeared on the ship's sensors. It was unlike anything he had seen before. Pulsing, rhythmic, almost alive. "Elysium," Kieran said, his fingers hovering over the controls. "Do you read this? What is it?" The AI's voice was calm, yet tinged with curiosity. "The signature is highly unusual. It does not match any known natural phenomenon. It may indicate artificial construction or life." Kieran's heart leaped. "Life or civilization?" "Possibly both," Elysium replied. "Caution is advised. The object may have been undisturbed for centuries." Without hesitation, Kieran plotted a course. The ship responded instantly, its engines humming as it accelerated toward the source. As they drew closer, the object slowly came into view, a massive structure floating silently above the surface of a barren planet. Kieran gasped. It looks like a city in the sky." The structure was enormous, a lattice of towers and bridges suspended above the planet's thin atmosphere. Strange lights flickered along its edges, and the surface glowed faintly as though powered by energy Kieran could not comprehend. It was unlike any civilization humans had ever seen. Elysium spoke softly. "This is the Orbital Archive." It was a repository for knowledge, created by an ancient alien race known as the Luminari. Their civilization vanished long ago, leaving behind artifacts of their discoveries. This may be the greatest find in human history. Kieran's eyes widened. "Human history or humanity's future?" "Both," Elysium said. "The knowledge here could advance your species centuries beyond its current understanding." Kieran docked the ship carefully, the Elysium star clinging to the orbiting structure with gentle precision. The docking bay doors opened with a hiss, revealing a smooth corridor bathed in a soft blue light. The air inside the structure was breathable, something the AI had prepared for in advance. "This place, it's incredible," Kieran whispered, stepping inside. Every surface was polished, yet the design was unlike anything human engineers had ever imagined. Walls shifted slightly as he walked, creating new pathways and revealing hidden chambers. Elysium guided him. The Luminari built this archive to protect their knowledge. It is filled with star maps, energy schematics, and tools beyond your current understanding. But they also created challenges to test those who would seek their secrets. Kieran's pulse quickened. "Challenges?" "Yes," the AI replied. "Not all knowledge is given freely. Some must be earned." The Luminari wanted explorers to be patient, careful, and wise. You must prove yourself to access the core. The first challenge was a puzzle of light and energy. Panels on the floor projected beams of colored light, which Kieran had to redirect using mirrors and prisms built into the walls. Each correct alignment unlocked a section of the archive, revealing more of the alien technology in their star maps. Hours passed, though Kieran barely noticed. Every successful step brought a new sense of wonder. He discovered a chamber filled with alien instruments that could measure the energy of stars with unbelievable precision. Another room contained a holographic projection of the galaxy, showing planets and moons that no human telescope had ever detected. This is beyond anything I could have imagined," Kieran said, his eyes wide. "The Luminari, they understood the universe in ways we can't even dream of." Elysium's voice was proud. "And now, Kieran, you will understand it too. Humanity can learn from this. You are the bridge." Finally, Kieran reached the central chamber. It was massive, a dome of crystalline light, with a pulsating orb floating at its center. The orb emitted soft waves of energy that filled the room, and Kieran could feel it vibrating gently under his fingertips. Elysium spoke softly. "This is the core artifact. It holds the knowledge of countless civilizations the Luminary studied. Its power is immense. It can detect life, map uncharted systems, and store information beyond imagination. Few beings are ever allowed to touch it, and yet you may." Kieran approached the orb with awe. The moment he placed his hands on its smooth surface, the room seemed to come alive. Holographic displays appeared all around him, showing star systems, alien cities, and strange, living worlds. The artifact pulsed in sync with his heartbeat, almost as if acknowledging him as a worthy explorer. I can see it all," Kieran whispered. This is incredible." "Indeed," Elysium said. "The knowledge here can change humanity forever. But it must be used wisely. Curiosity and courage are your strengths, Kieran, but wisdom will guide you further." For hours, Kieran explored the information. He learned about energy systems that could power entire planets, star routes humans had never charted, and civilizations that had mastered technology far beyond human imagination. Every discovery left him in awe, but it also reinforced his purpose. He realized that this knowledge was not just for himself. It was a gift for humanity, a chance to reach for the stars in ways they had only dreamed of. He could see the potential for new colonies, new scientific breakthroughs, and a future where humans were no longer limited to a single star system. This can change everything," Kieran said, his voice filled with determination. "Humans can do so much more than anyone thinks. We can explore, learn, and grow, just like the Luminari did." Elysium's voice was soft but firm. "Yes, Kieran. That is why you were chosen. Humans have always had the potential. The universe only waits for those brave enough to reach for it." As he prepared to leave the orbital archive, Kieran took one last look at the core artifact. The pulsating orb seemed almost alive, its energy flowing like a river of light through the chamber. He felt a deep connection, not just to the ship, or the AI, or the artifact, but to all of humanity. "This knowledge, it's not mine alone," he said. "It belongs to everyone who dreams of reaching the stars. We'll use it carefully. We'll explore responsibly, and we'll prove that humans are worthy of the universe." Elysium's voice was filled with quiet pride. "You are ready. Together we will bring humanity to the stars. The discoveries you make will inspire countless generations." Kieran smiled, a sense of purpose filling him. The Elysium star was no longer just a ship. It was a bridge between the human race and the universe itself, a symbol of curiosity, courage, and intelligence. As he left the orbital archive and returned to his ship, Kieran felt the thrill of possibility. The universe was vast, mysterious, and beautiful. There were worlds to see, civilizations to learn from, and discoveries waiting for those bold enough to seek them. And Kieran, with the Elysium star and the core artifact, was ready to show humanity what they were truly capable of. The journey was far from over. The universe held secrets beyond imagination, and humans were just beginning to reach for them. Kieran settled into the pilot's seat, his hands on the controls, and whispered, "Let's see what's out there, together." The Elysium star hummed, ready to soar as the stars ahead glittered like a path of endless possibility. The Elysium star glided silently through space, carrying Kieran and the core artifact toward home. For days, he had studied the orbital archive, absorbing knowledge beyond imagination. Star maps, alien technologies, civilizations long vanished, all of it had been carefully recorded by the Luminari. Kieran felt a mixture of excitement and responsibility. He had been given a gift, and with it came a promise. Humanity could now reach farther, understand more, and explore deeper than ever before. But how would they react? When Kieran first approached Earth's orbit, he felt a twinge of nervousness. Though humans had explored parts of the solar system, they had never seen a ship like the Elysium star, nor technology like the core artifact. Would they understand? Would they be ready? Elysium's voice was calm, reassuring. "You have done well, Kieran. Your courage, curiosity, and intelligence have led to discoveries that will inspire your species. The challenge now is to share them wisely." Kieran nodded, taking a deep breath. "I know, but it won't be easy. People fear what they don't understand. True, Elysium replied. But humans also admire courage, ingenuity, and progress. Show them that, and they will follow. The Elysium star entered the orbital station near Earth's spaceport, drawing attention immediately. Its massive hull gleamed, and the alien technology sparked curiosity and wonder among scientists, explorers, and officials. For the first time in decades, people stopped what they were doing to look. Kieran stood at the control console, his heart pounding. When the station's commander approached, skepticism was clear in her eyes. "Human," she said sharply. "What is that vessel, and what do you have on board?" Huron stepped forward confidently. "This is the Elysium Star. I bought it at an abandoned auction. It's more than a ship. It's alive. And I've discovered something incredible." The commander frowned. "Incredible? What do you mean?" Kieran gestured toward the core artifact, which floated in its containment field. Holographic displays flickered, revealing star systems unknown to human science. Cities, planets, and energy signatures shifted in real time. "This," Karan said, "is the knowledge of civilizations humans have never seen. Technology beyond our understanding. And the map to star systems humanity has never explored." The commander's eyes widened. "Where did you get this?" "I found it," Kieran said simply. "It was abandoned, hidden by an ancient alien race called the Luminari. They wanted explorers to earn it, and I was lucky enough to be chosen." News spread quickly. Scientists, engineers, and explorers flooded to the station to study the ship and the artifact. Kieran guided them through the holographic star maps, explaining what he had learned. Every demonstration left people awestruck. "This changes everything," said one astrophysicist, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "We can reach planets we only dreamed of. We can learn about life beyond our solar system. This is humanity's leap into the stars." Kieran smiled, feeling a sense of fulfillment. "It's not just for scientists," he said. "It's for everyone. Every human who dreams, who wonders, who wants to explore. This is for them." Elysium hummed softly in agreement. Curiosity, courage, intelligence. These are the qualities that define your species. And now, they will guide humanity forward. Over the next weeks, Kieran worked tirelessly to unlock more of the core artifact secrets with the help of human experts. They learned how to detect life on distant planets, predict stellar events, and even harness energy sources that could power entire cities. It was a new age of discovery, and humans were ready to embrace it. The Elysium Star became a symbol of hope and inspiration. Young people visited the ship, their eyes wide with wonder, imagining themselves exploring the universe. Older generations marveled at the possibilities, realizing that humans could achieve greatness if they worked together. Kieran often found himself on the observation deck, gazing at the stars, thinking about how far humanity had come and how far they could go. Elysium's voice broke the silence. "You have done well, Kieran. The universe is vast, and humans are ready. Your discoveries will inspire generations. You have proven what your kind is capable of." Kieran nodded, his heart full. "It's not just me," he said softly. "It's all of humanity. Curiosity, courage, intelligence, that's what makes us strong. That's what will take us to the stars." Then came the first mission beyond the known galaxy. Kieran, along with a small team of human explorers, prepared to leave Earth's solar system for the first time with guidance from the core artifact. The team was nervous but excited, understanding the historic nature of their journey. Kieran gave the final instructions. "We are not just exploring. We are carrying the hopes and dreams of every human who has ever looked at the stars. Be careful, be curious, and respect what we discover. The universe is vast, and we are just beginning." Elysium's engines roared softly, ready for the journey ahead. "You are prepared, Kieran. Humanity is prepared. Together we will see wonders beyond imagination." As the ship jumped into uncharted space, Kieran looked out at the stars. Entire star systems stretched before him, planets spinning silently, comets streaking across the void, and distant suns glowing with life-giving warmth. He felt a sense of pride and responsibility. "Look at that," he whispered. This is our future." "Indeed," Elysium replied. "Humans were always meant to reach beyond. You are proving it." For hours, Kieran guided the team through new worlds. They discovered planets rich with resources, landscapes of breathtaking beauty, and signals that hinted at alien life. Every discovery was met with awe, and every obstacle taught them more about the universe and themselves. Through it all, Kieran realized something important. Humans were not the most powerful species in the galaxy, nor the most advanced. But what they lacked in technology, they made up for in curiosity, courage, and ingenuity. It was these qualities, the very essence of humanity, that allowed them to explore, understand, and thrive in a universe that was vast and unknown. Back on Earth, humanity was inspired. Schools taught about the new star systems. Engineers began building faster, more capable ships. Young explorers dreamed of traveling to distant planets. Kieran's story became a symbol of hope. A single human, guided by curiosity and bravery, could achieve greatness beyond imagination. One day, as Kieran looked at a holographic projection of the universe in the control room, he spoke softly to Elysium. "We've come so far," he said. "And yet, there's still so much to see, so much to learn." "Indeed," the AI replied. "And humanity will continue to grow. They will explore, discover, and create wonders. You have shown them the path, Kieran. Now, it is theirs to follow." Kieran smiled. "I hope they do. I hope they remember that it's not just about technology. It's about curiosity, courage, and intelligence. That's what makes us human." Elysium hummed, a soft, melodic sound of agreement. They will remember, they will explore, and together, you will reach further than ever before. As the Elysium star soared through the cosmos, Kieran felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had found a forgotten ship, unlocked its secrets, and shared its knowledge with humanity. But more importantly, he had reminded everyone of something they had always known deep down. Humans were capable of greatness when they dared to dream. The star stretched endlessly ahead, glittering like a path of infinite possibility. Planets waited to be explored, civilizations to be understood, and wonders beyond imagination to be discovered. And Kieran, standing at the helm of the Elysium star, knew that this was only the beginning. Humans would rise to meet the universe, not as weaklings or wanderers, but as curious, brave, and intelligent beings ready to claim their place among the stars. For the first time, humanity's future seemed limitless, and somewhere, deep in the heart of the ship, Elysium pulsed with quiet pride, knowing that the universe had found worthy explorers in the humans after all.